So Bitcoin has been testing support a lot lately, and it's still under its 200 weekly moving average, but I'm about to give you some data which makes me not even care if we lose support. Whatever, it doesn't matter. This is what matters the most over the long run. But first, please like, subscribe, check us down below for our CT Club where you get our trade alerts, portfolio updates, and you get to see how we are dealing with this bear market and if we do go lower for the short term. All right, so this student debt thing, right, that just came out, that they're looking to decrease people's student debt. $1.75 trillion in student debt is pretty much encompasses the whole thing. There are, on average, that's about $28,950 per borrower on average. So right now they're just discussing, okay, $10,000 for people that will be forgiven for people that make under a certain threshold of money. But here's the thing, here's the kicker that nobody's talking about. You know, governments, you know that once they pass this, which they will, you have no say whatsoever in them passing this, okay? Eventually going to pass it, but they will ratchet that up to pretty much everyone. So I would expect within the next 5 years or so for them to actually forgive the $1.75 trillion in student debt that's out there, which is going to create so much inflation that's going to be injected into the economy. And that's, oh my gosh. And let me go over inflation right now, just to give you an example of where we have been to where we are going now. Okay, so inflation over November 2020 to November 2021. This is during inflation CPI of 7.5%. Okay, so gas prices were up 58% during this time. Car rentals up 32%. Energy 33%, propane 34%, hotels 25%, beef 20%, and the list goes on. Fish is up 10%. Okay, so I'm going to go over home prices, where we've been and where we are now, and why all these people that are saying inflation has peaked, it's going to go down, they're either lying straight to your face or they just do not look at any data, okay? So 1970s median home price was $17,000. 1970s median income was $9,870. Now, we went from $17,000 back in 1970 of median home price to now $440,000 for a median home price, with hardly any inflation, right? Bull crap. And the median income right now is $61,937. Imagine all the debt that people are going to take on to buy housing, okay? All right, Eric Voorhees had a great tweet, all right, about the euro and US dollar reaching par, okay? So he said, so maybe I'm missing something. But here's the euro falling 16% against the US dollar over the past year. Then he says, and the US dollar has fallen 8.5% against real goods, CPI. CPI is your government's inflation figure. It doesn't include food or fuel. So this implies that the euro has collapsed over 20% against real goods, but all European inflation numbers are in the high single digits. So yeah, that's kind of crazy that they're completely lying about this, because if people understood how much inflation is out there, they would be up in arms. They'd be rioting in the streets. And lastly, let me get into Germany really quick. Germany, which is other countries that are going to follow, energy prices as a whole were up 105% compared to with July 2021, due to mainly higher prices for natural gas, electricity. And that's partly due to Russia, but it also has to do with the amount of currency the ECB is printing as well. You know, you've seen the prices. So What does this have to do with Bitcoin? Bitcoin is going to skyrocket once this currency that's being printed, and they're going to print a lot of currency. Once that currency is being floated into the economy, you're going to experience a crazy amount of inflation that you cannot even imagine. That is why I think Bitcoin is going to go so far beyond what some of the biggest bulls are out there are claiming, because I just see that there's no end in sight with the amount of currency that central banks are going to be printing. So be careful. What I'm doing right now is buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a couple other coins that I think are going to keep up with inflation. Anyways, please like, subscribe. Talk to you soon.